Hello everybody, thank you so much for stopping by and hope you guys are having a good day. This is Josh from Vault Hunters Union and I'm here with just a quick video to kind of put my own 2 cents on a long-standing debate in the PC gaming community. Earlier this year, on April 9th of 2013, I posted a quick video on my YouTube channel. Basically was an unboxing for my brand new Alienware Aurora R4 ALX gaming desktop. The video has gone on to be relatively successful. It has become one of my top 5 most watched videos on my YouTube channel. However, a lot of people who are not subscribed have came in there, and even people who are subscribed, I'm sure, have came in and made a lot of comments on there about how Alienwares are overpriced or not worth the money. And I'm just here basically to kind of state my own opinion on that debate and see what you guys have to say. The main reason people debate Alienware computers is that they say that it is cheaper to go on a site like tigerdirect or other sites like that and basically order parts one by one and custom build your own PC. That may or may not be true. What the purpose of this video is that I'm basically going to show you guys what I have in my computer and talk about the different components that I have, talk about the price I paid for it, and then what I'm going to do is use a site, probably tigerdirect, and I am going to look at each individual part that I have on my computer one by one, and we're going to add the prices as to what it would take for me to order those parts to my door here and see what the price difference actually is. But alright guys, let's not waste any time. Let's just go ahead and get this started and take a look. Okay, so first things first, the first thing we are going to take a look at here is what you are seeing right now, and that is a direct copy of the email I received from Dell once my order was processed and approved. Basically, this just shows a list of all the specs that I have on my computer that I selected. So let's go ahead and break down what I have and go from there. Now, I'm not sure if any of you guys have been to the Alienware website, but basically if you go to the website, you are given a choice of all the different models that the company offers, whether it's the Aurora, the X51 desktops, or any of the laptops. Once you click on one of those models and decide which model you would like, you are given 4 different base models to choose from for that particular model. Now, I realize I probably worded that a little bit confusing, so to make it a little bit simpler, basically if you go to Alienware website, you want to buy the Aurora desktop, you go there, you click on the Aurora R4, you are given 4 different models of the R4 to choose from. There's a lower end model which comes with just the basic things at a standard price, and then you can choose ones that have a little bit more that come with it to start as the base model, and you get a little bit of a discount for purchasing them, and that's basically the benefit of choosing a higher end model. So having said that, what you guys are seeing on the screen right now is the copy of the email, as I said, of the things that I chose. Basically, I chose the lowest end base model Alienware Aurora model, and I only changed a couple things. It came with 8 gigs of dual channel DDR3. I chose to go with quad channel. It also came with a single GeForce by NVIDIA, the GTX 660 graphics card. I chose to go with dual ones. I was going to go up to the 680, but it was a bit of an upgrade in terms of dollar amounts, $400 or $500, and I actually read that dual 660s outperform a 680, so I stuck with that. Basically, everything else I kept the same. Now, basically, if you look to the left of the list of items, some of them feature a red arrow. These red arrows basically represent the primary components of the computer. When we go onto tigerdirect and we are going to build our own custom computer, these are the primary components that we have to order and pay for in order to have a functioning computer. There are also others that aren't on this list that come standard with the Alienware computer that we also will have to order. So just to read to you guys what I have in case you guys for some reason can't read. Basically, the components that we are going to have to order on tigerdirect are going to be the Intel Core i7-3820 quad-core processor, as well as 8 gigabytes of quad-channel DDR3 at 1600 megahertz, a single drive 24x DVD reader. I was going to get a Blu-ray, but then I realized that I don't watch Blu-rays. I don't watch movies in general, let alone on my computer. As well as NVIDIA GeForce GTX 660 dual graphics cards in SLI configuration, a 1TB internal hard drive, 19-in-1 media card reader, and Windows 7 Home Premium Edition. Now, there are, of course, other things that aren't listed on that list that we will need to order in order to have a functioning computer. Among those are a power supply and a motherboard. Alienware uses a 750-watt power supply, a very good higher-end power supply unit, as well as the motherboard. Alienware uses its own custom motherboard. They don't use one from another manufacturer. They have their own that they manufacture in-house. So we will have to try and see if we can find something, maybe just a simple one to compare. I don't know the specs of the motherboard, so I can't really find something completely accurate, but other than that, it is pretty basic. The only other thing Alienware has over other manufacturers is the case. The case is pretty awesome. It's pretty stealthy looking, and it also features the colored LEDs that you can change. You can make flash and make pulse. They're the only company out there that makes cases like that they can say that they have that feature. Now, mine also has the ALX chassis upgrade, which is another, I believe, $100 upgrade. I don't know for sure. Basically, these are vents that are on the top of the case, and when you're gaming or when you're pushing the computer to its limit, these vents open up and also have fans on the inside that push more hot air out, and it also adds to the stealthy look of the tower. Now here comes the most important thing that you guys are all going to want to know, is the price. Now for all of this, I should probably forewarn you guys that this is in Canadian dollars. The price that I paid for my laptop for all of this, shipped to my door, taxes included, Canadian $2,128.91. Now I know what you're thinking, damn, that's a lot of money, and of course it is a lot of money. Now the good thing about Dell is that Dell allows you to do 12-month financing, which means they ship it to your door, you pay nothing up front, you pay a small amount monthly, and you have 12 months to pay the rest off. So I'm paying about $70 every single month automatically out of my bank account, which means that after 12 months I'll have paid probably about $800 or $900. The rest of it will be up to me to pay off on my own within 12 months. If I don't pay it, I pay the interest. Now the thing is with no interest for 12 months is that the interest is based on the full amount of the PC. So if you pay off $900, if you pay $1,900 off on a $2,000 computer, if you don't pay the rest off in 12 months and you only owe $100, you still have to pay the full interest on the full $2,000, and the interest rate is pretty high. So if you're going to go this route, you want to make sure you pay it off full within the 12-month period. So without further ado, guys, let's head on over to tigerdirect.ca, and we are going to search for the various components that I have here on my PC, and we are going to compare the prices. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to search for each component. You're not going to see me searching. I am going to post screenshots of everything that I find and the prices, and then what we're going to do is add it all together and see what the price comparison is between a custom PC and my Alienware PC. Okay guys, so let's go ahead and break this down. The first item here that you are looking at is the Intel Core i7-3820 processor. This is again in Canadian dollars, shipped to my door. I don't know if shipping is included yet at this point. The total is $299.97. Okay guys, the next item on the list is definitely the biggest ticket item in terms of dollar amount. It is the graphics card. On my computer I have two GTX 660s in SLI configuration. They are 1.5 each for a total of 3 gigabytes of video. However, I needed to keep the SLI configuration because that is better, but they no longer sell the 1.5 gigabyte model, so I have to settle with 2 gigabyte models. What I did to compensate for that is went with the cheapest model of the 2 gigabyte models. So the cheapest that they have is $219.97 each. We will need 2 of them to make an SLI configuration. The total is $439.94. I actually was incorrect about one thing earlier in the video. I mentioned that Alienware comes with a 750 watt power supply. I was incorrect. They actually all come now with a 875 watt power supply. It's a weird number. You actually can't buy 875 on the website. I haven't found any at all on the internet. So I went ahead and went one with that was SLI configured, 850 watts, and I just went in the generic range. I didn't pick one low end, I didn't pick a high end one right in the middle. It's a Cooler Master one, 850 watts, and the price for that is $159.97. Next thing we'll take a look at is the RAM. Again, I'm not entirely sure what the brand of RAM is that comes in my computer as well. Tigerdirect does not sell 8 gigabytes of quad channel RAM. It has to be dual channel 2x4 gigabyte models. So on the Alienware website they were the same price, so it doesn't really matter. The cheapest I found, well, I didn't go for the cheapest, I went again one in the middle ground. It was $69.97. Now another item that is not on the list, but it is one that we have to include, is liquid cooling. As of now, the Alienware Aurora R4, they all are now liquid cooled, regardless if you get the low end or the high end one. So we have to include liquid cooling for the CPU. I chose the Cooler Master 120. It is $103.99. Again, the Alienware doesn't tell me exactly what brand it is in there, so I went with the one that was kind of middle ground. Again, not too high end, not too low end. Of course, you can't run your computer, you can't do anything on it without an operating system. Windows 7 Home Premium Edition, which is the one I have on my computer, sells on TigerDirect now for $94.99. As well, you will need a hard drive to be able to store your data on. I have a 1 terabyte hard drive on my computer, so I went with the same one, same stats, 6 gigabytes per second, 7200 RPM, 64 megabyte cache. The total for this one is $69.97. Now that's pretty much it for the components of the Alienware computer. If you wanted to buy the parts yourself online, of course Alienware does come with its own keyboard and mouse, so we have to throw in some sort of keyboard and mouse. So I'm not going to show you a picture of this one. I found one on TigerDirect, a wireless keyboard and mouse combination for 50 bucks. Now the last thing on the list is one thing that we really cannot say accurately, and that is the case. You cannot actually buy this case aftermarket. It only comes with Alienware. It is unique to Alienware, but it is big and bulky, and it is very strong and durable, made of aluminum. It also has the ALX chassis upgrade, so you're probably looking at about a $250 case minimum with all the LED lighting and all the slots, so probably at least $250. So we're going to stick with that, $250. Now, once again, the other component that is not included on the list, and one that we will not be able to find 100% recreation of on Tiger Direct, is the motherboard. Alienware uses its own custom-made motherboard, but I have used the specs to find a comparable one. I'm not going to show you which one it is on the Tiger Direct website. It really doesn't matter, but you're still going to be looking to pay about $150 for a half-decent motherboard that's going to run all these components. Okay, so what we're going to do now, guys, what I have done is I've gone on Tiger Direct and found a case, a motherboard, and a keyboard and mouse that are similar price to the ones I quoted you, and then added them to the site. They're actually all very similar in specs, especially the case. It looks freakishly alike. So what we're going to do now is we're going to recap the prices of all the components before we go ahead and talk about the totals and the shipping and stuff like that. So just to recap, processor $299.97, 2 graphics cards $439.94, RAM $69.97, hard drive $69.97, liquid cooling for the CPU $103.99, PSU $159.97, Windows 7 operating system $94.99, motherboard $144.97, case $252.99, keyboard and mouse combo $49.97, and there is an environmental handling fee for the hard drive. It's 75 cents for the for the motherboard and the case. Again, I don't know the exact prices of the components because you cannot buy them separate. I used Tiger Direct components that were very similar in size and in performance, and just used their price. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys are just sitting there screaming or scratching your heads or punching the screen right now wanting to kill me for building this PC, but I'm not trying to build the exact same one. I know I would like to be able to compare the prices, however that is impossible. So I just found the components that were similar to the one in my computer if I couldn't replicate the exact parts, and then for the ones that I couldn't replicate, instead of finding the lowest end one to the most expensive one, I found one that was in middle ground. So I think that is pretty justifiable, and I think the prices are pretty fair. Again, the case is a pretty high-end case, and it's pretty hard to find one that's similar to that. So I think I did a pretty good job in estimating the cost. Okay, so what we have done now is we have taken all the components that I have shown you here on tigerdirect.ca and added them to my cart, and I have clicked proceed to checkout, and the price you are seeing is the final price. Again, that's delivered to my door, not necessarily your door. Anyone in Canada is going to have the same price of $1,687.48. In Ontario, our tax rate is 13%, so tax of that will make $226.43 for a total cost $1,968.21. So now, of course, you're going to ask, what about shipping? Shipping, of course, is charged because of the weight, and the case is going to make up the majority of the weight. The total cart weight, as you can see, 61.65 pounds. Shipping to my address, I have blacked out my postal code as expected. For worldwide, this is standard shipping, $54.30 to my door. I don't know if the tax there for $226.43 includes shipping. I don't know if they tax the shipping or not. So in total, taxes, everything included, $1,968.21 is the final price, including shipping. So now we have the price of my Alienware computer to my door here on the screen, as well as the cost of the custom computer. Again, that cost could fluctuate depending on if you could find components for cheaper and stuff like that, but no more than probably $100, $200. So maybe $1,800, but I'm sticking with this price of $1,968 because that's a mid-range price, and Alienware uses high-end components. So we have a difference of $160.70. So if you went custom with the same components as I just chose, and again, that's going to be using a higher end case. You could, of course, settle with a lower end case as well as different parts than I use. But if we're looking to build a similar computer to what I have sitting here in front of me, and you order these components, which will get you about the same performance, you're going to save yourself $160.70. Is that as drastic of savings as a lot of people predict? I don't think so, because a lot of people really go on these websites and on YouTube and on these forums and really bash Alienware, saying it's so much more expensive. It's $160, dude. It's nothing crazy. Now here's what you really need to consider. While you may save $160, you may save $200, you may save $300 if you find the parts in the right place. Who knows? The thing is that Dell/Alienware comes with a 1-year complete warranty on all their parts. Basically, the customer service is really good, despite what people have said. If you have any issues and they need to replace parts, they have a tech to your door within 2 days to replace the parts as requested. It's even really easy, if they mess up on things, to get upgrades for free. I have personal experience with that. They are very good to deal with. However, sometimes they're really bad for, they're saying they're going to call back, but they don't call back. Plus, in general, I think it's a lot easier to be able to handle all your issues in one place. If you order order all these different parts from different companies and whatever, you're going to be calling different places if you have different issues with things. So like if your cooler breaks down, you have to find the manufacturer of that and find a way to get a hold of them. Whereas with Dell, everything's all together. It comes together as one unit, and they warranty the whole unit. So any issues you have with any parts on the computer at all, you contact them and deal with them directly. So you only have one number you have to dial. But by far the biggest factor for me and the biggest decision maker for me with Dell/Alienware is the financing. Now their interest rates are pretty high, so you want to make sure you pay the computer off as soon as you can. But they do offer 12-month no interest financing. What that means, as I said earlier in the video, is you have 12 months to pay the full computer off in full. And if you do, then you pay no interest on the computer. You just pay the cost of the computer. If you do take longer than the 12-month period, you do have to pay the full interest on the full price of the computer. So if you're going to go that route, you want to make sure you pay it off in full. But if you buy from TigerDirect or any other manufacturer that sells computer parts online, you will have to pay the full balance up front as well as the shipping costs. Another thing you have to consider is that $160 as well is partially going to go towards basically paying for them to assemble the computer. You have to remember that if you order these parts online separately, you have to assemble the computer all by yourself. And if you are good with computers and you can do that, that's great. Most people aren't going to be able to assemble a gaming computer all by themselves. So yeah, you're going to pay a little bit more, but you're going to get a warranty. You're going to be able to finance the computer, and you're also going to be paying for somebody to put it together for you. So that, of course, is a very good thing to have. But again, guys, that is just my opinion. A lot of people were talking about my computer being a lot cheaper if I were to assemble it custom. And obviously I've proven that it is a little bit cheaper to go custom, but the rewards of going through Alienware far outweigh the savings of $150 in my opinion. Your opinion may be different, and I would love to hear it below in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like rating. I guess it wasn't much of a video, more of a slideshow. And I am sure that if you went with like a $6,000 Alienware computer, obviously the discount, the money you're gonna save is gonna magnify for sure. But this video is about my computer because a lot of people are saying my computer could be a lot cheaper. And I have to kind of disagree, although it is cheaper. Again, like I said, the rewards of going through Alienware, through a company, and having them take care of building it for me far outweigh I'd rather pay the $150 and have them build it, have them warranty it, and also have a year to pay for it. That's just my opinion. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and if you did, again, please leave a like rating below. If you're new to the channel, hit subscribe. Other than that, don't have a whole lot more to say. Peace.